edit that one because I had a recording going for the last hour that I forgot about. And maybe I'll disappear from the screen as well.
Is that the OSS Metro meeting recording still?
Yeah.
Definitely gotta edit that then.
Well, yeah, and there's some question about since everybody showed up whether I actually need to post it, but I probably will.
Might as well.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's thumbs up.
There we go. Now I'm disappeared, and I think we're about ready to start.
I think so. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the RCOS Large Group for Friday, April 2nd. We're going to start off with some announcements and talk about project meetings. Then we'll talk about status updates and grading. We will remind you of the upcoming workshops for next week. And then we will discuss what happens next class and we'll do attendance. So let's get started with announcements.
So we announced this one last meeting. We'll announce it again, maybe even a time or two after this. But IBM has this call for code, and you guys are encouraged to participate. And anything you do that's open source, you can include in your list of links. And the really cool thing is, if you're really good, you can be a fifth of the way to a millionaire just in one fell swoop. I think they're sponsoring it for up to $200,000 for winning ideas. And that's probably an up to, and I think it's probably shared. But you can win up to $200,000 USD and receive comprehensive support to see your solution deployed. We have some students this semester who are working on some of the previous winners, so they are part of the comprehensive support. Wouldn't you have liked to get $200,000 first and then have other people join you? I think so. So keep that in mind. And now I forgot where I was. I guess I'm right here. We have speakers coming up. I almost, after I realized that that was a rendition of a 20-sided die with an anvil on it, I almost disinvited them, but that's okay. No, it's the League of Extraordinary Foundry VTT Developers. They're going to be talking to us next week at this time. They sponsor a lot of online gaming types of things, a lot of role-playing games. So they want to actually work with us over the summer on some of their open source projects. And I asked them to come in and give us a precursor kind of view on the 9th. They've agreed to that. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, a last minute addition. If, well, most of you probably in the School of Science or Computer Science, so you've seen in your email, an email from Megan Potter about the Accepted Students virtual event that's taking place on April 20th. They are still in need of volunteers for this. Basically, we'll be using a really simple platform, open source platform. It's a self-plug because I was able to help I volunteered to make this for the CS department, where basically you'll be joining a queue and you can claim accepted students who are interested in talking with a current student. So this is an event going on the 20th from 7 to 8:30 p.m., but you don't need to be available that whole time. There are details about this in the email and the follow-up email from Megan Potter. So check out your email if you want more information, but they'd really appreciate it if current students, especially freshmen, were asked for. So this is a great opportunity to, like the quote says, speak candidly with current majors. So accepted students, this is one of their most valuable sources of information. So if you have any amount of time on that night, sign up in the link in the email. Do it sooner rather than later, since I do believe they're planning a test run in the next week or two. So yeah, help out if you can. Next slide.
So before I go to the next slide, I just want to say that RCOS has typically been one of the major sources of manpower for these accepted student events. Generally, we would bring you in on a Saturday and give you a free T-shirt. You know how valuable they are.
And lunch.
Thousands of dollars per shirt, I think, is the going rate. You know, this is a sorry representation of it, but we do still need your help, and it's really important for us to get new students in who are excited about open source software. So, you know, please consider helping out the department and your peers.
Definitely. And as we showed the last meeting, we moved the hour up a tiny bit now that we are in April. We're getting into our wrap-up period now these last few weeks. We have a slide later on about final presentations, giving some details on what that looks like and where you can find details for guidelines, what you need in presentations, as well as signing up for the schedule. Keep in mind, this is where we're starting to summarize, finish up our contributions, but still work through to the end. And again, every project will be giving a presentation, as we'll talk about later. So pretty crazy we're there already. We'll have more details later on. Slide.
All right, so this is back to me. I was trying to decide whether I should even go to this link. I don't think I'll go to this link. We have 4 more groups today, 5 more groups today. I guess maybe I should go to that link if I can't even remember. So we're way down at the end here, end of March, beginning of April. We have 4 more groups today. This will wrap up our Meet Professor Turner meetings. Again, if any of you want to talk to me after this, I'm happy to find some time to talk to you either after meetings or at some other time. But this is the one. This hopefully wraps up the one time that I really wanted to make sure that I met with everybody. If you haven't met with me, please make arrangements. I'm going to know by the end of this weekend. I'm going to go through and mark everybody that talked to me. I was trying to do it before this meeting, and it just turns out that I misallocated my time. Please talk to me if you can. If you haven't talked to me yet, contact me. We'll make some time to meet. But everybody should have talked to me at least once during this semester. Today, if I would have thought ahead, today these are the 4 groups that I actually have meeting on my own time at about 5:15, Discord script bot at 5:30, RPI TV glimpse at 5:45, and at 6 o'clock we'll have clip. So again, please be patient. I know that this is sometimes I'm running a little late. I think this should be a relatively quick one because I think these are small groups in general. I find out that the bigger groups end up trying to talk to everyone. It takes more time than trying to talk to 1 or 2 people. So we'll see you all a little later. So we are now grading underway for the mid-year contribution reviews. So the whole idea is we're hoping to get these back to you really fast. I'm hoping that maybe by Tuesday or Friday at the latest, we can get back to you some kind of feedback on your open source contributions portion of our program here. Look at the feedback, particularly if you don't get 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 says that at this point in time, with at least a cursory glance, it looks like you're doing really well. Even after that, though, there's no reason to panic. We have about 4 more weeks in the semester. We do have presentations coming up, but you will have to present only 1 class, which means that the rest of the classes you can still be working on getting in more commits even after you've presented. Your presentation isn't the end of your effort. It's just your report out. So, please take it as it's intended. It's feedback. It doesn't count against your grades, so there's no reason to panic. Just let it kind of inform you about where you kind of sit in this current semester. Hunter.
Alrighty, so back to the upcoming workshops. So we got some new offerings this time with creating a Discord bot with Neha. That is on April 7th at 2 p.m. And we also have Jack Trip with Alice, also on the 7th, but at 3 p.m. We've also added some telescope links to these now, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen Telescope yet. It's definitely kind of neat. So yeah, I just thought that would be something cool to add there. But other than that, on the next slide, we've got some other reminders, which are the project showcases. So again, in an effort to foster community engagement, we are opening up the ability for any group that wants to share or individuals to just share a little bit of details about your project, maybe something you're working on, something you want to get feedback on, something cool that you've done, anything like that. Obviously, the presentations are coming up now, so if you want to do something like that, it might be wise to do it now rather than later, but obviously, we can still make things work. And there's also the showcase channel in the topics category in the Discord server that'll obviously always be available. So that's a great spot to do so if you'd like as well. All right, next slide, I believe. Off to Nia.
The end of the semester is very close, which means everyone needs to, all the projects need to have a final presentation to basically show us what you've done this semester. Did it work? Did it not work? How, will you improve it for next semester, or do you have other plans, or whatever else? All of those guidelines are detailed in the RCOS handbook, which is linked here. And there is a sign up link, a spreadsheet to sign up, also linked here. So I believe every project leads or project managers should each sign up for their project. Yeah. Okay.
So just to follow the links that Nia called out, here's the presentation schedule. The days that are light are days we're going to be speaking, presenting. Yaks is very fast. Okay, those are all slots that are available. And then here's the presentation guideline. We'll talk a little bit more about this in detail over the next couple of meetings, but it is all in there. It's in there, just like Campbell's soup or whatever.
So going forward, mentors should submit proposals for any last few workshops they want to get done in the remaining time of the semester. Projects should keep meeting and keep working, and project leads, again, should sign up for a day for their presentations and work with their group members to create a presentation to give. And members, keep an eye out for those mid-year review grades and keep making commits. We're getting close to the end here, and it's been a great semester. So I think that's all. I think we're ready for attendance.
We are, in fact, ready for attendance. I thought this would take longer today. Cool. So again, we have reasons for our attendance. Please make sure you attend the meetings. Please make sure you attend the meetings on time. We will use venue, and let's see if I have venue up. I believe I do. There we go. So today's lecture has the magical. Let me make this everything so we can use the big one. There you go. I'll leave this open for a few minutes, and then we will get into our project meetings. And there's the big version. My impression is that this is easier to scan from your computers. Again, if you're if you're a mentor, we expect that you won't be able to enter this with the QR code because you're actually in as a TA on venue. So we expect that you'll have problems. But anyone else, if you have problems, let us know and we will do our best to correct them. I'm getting lots of people saying not scanning, errors in the console, venue being slow. So you're supposed to you go to venue and you scan from venue, right?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, the QR code is just a bunch of text. So
Yeah.
I think you definitely have to open up the venue itself before the QR scanning works. But
So-
yeah, it definitely seems to be pretty slow right now. So give it a minute or so.
Yeah, we'll leave it up for a little bit. Yeah, Nia just posted a link to the venue scan portion of our show. We'll leave it up for a few minutes. I'm going to kill my recording. I'm going to stay online for now, but I'll